No time for an introduction, except to say Happy Pink Friday. Have y'all listened to the album yet? What's your favorite song? This week's cases are based around Nicki. And to celebrate the release of Pink Friday 2, I found a second case for you guys. Introducing Khalifa. Oh! You scared the hell out of me. This is Khalifa Neely. Anyway, let's go ahead and get into it. In 2015, you had this guy here. His name is Devon Pickett. Devon was actually Nicki Minaj's stage manager. And everybody knew him. Look at Rihanna. And K. Michelle, I believe. All right. We got all the stars in the house tonight. Now, this has a lot of names in it, so I'm actually going to draw you guys a chart. So in February 2015, Devon, this guy here, he was in town with Eric Reese and Marcus Kinsey. They were all rehearsing to get ready to go on tour with Nicki Minaj. Now, Dietrich Lohman over here, I don't have a picture, but Dietrich Lohman, he lived in Philadelphia already, but he knew all of these people. So when they came in town, he was like, hey, y'all want to hang out? And they was like, cool. So they decided to hang out. Now, Dietrich's cousin, Devin, they were cousins. He invited his cousin to come out with all of them. So in February of 2015, you had Devon, you had Devin, you had Dietrich, you had Markin, you had Eric. They were all planning on hanging out, for whatever. Now, they started bar hopping. They started this bar called Kavanaugh's or Cavanaugh's, whatever the name of it is. But they did that, and then they decided to go to another bar. They decided to go to this bar called Shay's Bar. The reason being because Eric, his girlfriend, Trevia, worked at this bar. And whenever Eric was in town close to Trevia, because they lived, I guess, a little distance away, then they would always link up. But they were kind of like long distance in a romantic relationship. Now, Trevia at this bar, the night they went, there was this dude, Khalifa Neely. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Now, Trevia and Khalifa, they actually were like friends with benefits. So when Eric wasn't around, Khalifa would step in. Now, Khalifa was not alone at this bar. He was with his crew. He was with Anthony Terrain, Pierce Boykin, and Kenra Taylor. When Devon and his crew shows up at the bar, Eric goes and talks to Trevia. Now, I'm just going to go over there and see Trevia. What's up, Trevia?
Here you go. What can I do?
Trevia.
Eric, hi.
Oh, who? It's me, Eric.
I know. I said Eric. You heard me when I said
sound like
Eric.
You said something else.
I said call Eric. I didn't know that you were right here.
You ain't said no call, Eric.
Yes, I did. I said call Eric because I miss him.
Why you want to? What you doing, girl?
Nothing. Working per usual. What are you doing?
Oh, that's what. Oh, you act like I ain't the nigga you want to see.
Why would you say something like that?
I don't know. Do you want to see me?
Of course, I already know.
What about tonight?
I don't know about tonight. I had plans with going with the girls after I got off of work. Eric, I really didn't want to have this conversation, especially while I'm at work.
What conversation?
Okay, so I went to the doctor and I might have found out I'm a midget. And
why you didn't want to go out?
I need to get my feet done.
Your feet done? I don't care about your feet.
They look like koala bear hands.
Now, Khalifa got eyes all over the place, and he sees everything that's going on in this club, which means he sees Eric talking to Trevia. Now, at some point during the night, the club actually got shut down because there was a commotion dealing with our old owner coming back into the club, so they actually shut the club down around 2 o'clock in the morning. So Khalifa, his all-seeing eyes, and his crew decided to leave the club first, and then Devon left after them. The problem started when they got out there to the parking lot. Now, no one knows exactly how the argument started, but we got to use our brains a little bit. You got the long-distance boyfriend and the friend with benefits. I'm just using my brain here, but I'm assuming that they probably connected, and then he told Eric, how do you know her? And Eric was like, I put my hands down in her pants, felt them thick lips, and got wood. I said Kylie was good. She said Miley was good. She's like, can you pay my bills like O'Reilly was good? Then she sat back and observed all them niggas that she done curved. And if you go down to your DMs, then baby boy, you lucky, cause... Okay, so Eric had texted Trevia when they were out in the parking lot. He was like, hey, are you okay? And Trevia was like, I'll be out there in a minute. So Eric waited for Trevia, because remember, they're like long distance boyfriend, girlfriend. He waited for Trevia to get out. When she got out, he was walking her to her own car. While they were walking to the car, Devon had extra V. He says, sis, are you good? Are you okay? Now, not only does Khalifa got eyes all over the place, he got ears all over the place too, because he heard her and he was like, the fuck you mean, is she okay? That's when Khalifa got to swinging and he swung on Devon. So Khalifa and Devon, they started fighting. But now, Pierce, Khalifa's friend, he sees Khalifa fighting Devon, so Pierce steps in to fight Devon. But Eric ain't no punk bitch, so he steps in and he sucker punches Pierce in the face. So they get to tussling. Now, Pierce was able to put Eric in a headlock, and then Eric got the sensation he thought he was being punched over and over again. No, Eric was getting stabbed. Now, let's go over to Dietrich. Dietrich was fighting Anthony. They fought on for a little bit, but some random woman, she was telling Dietrich, she was like, hey, ain't your friend over there on the ground? She was talking about Devon. So they stopped fighting, and then Dietrich went over to see Devon because Devon was on the ground. He wasn't moving, and Dietrich thought Devon was passed out. Little did he know that while Devon and Khalifa was fighting, Khalifa was stabbing Devon. So Devon at this point was pretty much dead. But no one knew this at this point. Now let's talk about Marcus over here. When all his friends were fighting, this man ran. Not saying it was the dumbest move, but he was the only one that wasn't fighting. Now, he heard someone said they were going to get a gun, so he ran and got to his car and got ready to get everybody up out of there. Now, let's jump back to Eric and Pierce. Last we left off, Pierce had Eric in a headlock. Dietrich came over and picked up Eric, and they started chasing Pierce until he got tired. And Pierce was like, nigga, why did you sucker punch me? And Eric told him, he was like, look, I'm just trying to protect my friend. You ain't finna run up on him. There ain't finna be no 2-on-1 going on. And so Pierce then tells Eric, when I catch you, you dead like your cousin. Now, by this point, Marcus had come around with the car, and everybody got up in the car, and they all left. And they realized Devon, he was bleeding, so they took him to the Einstein Hospital, but he was pronounced dead at 2:45 a.m. And Eric had multiple stab wounds himself. Now, the police originally thought that it was Pierce that had killed Devon because Marcus saw Pierce swing on Devon, but what Marcus didn't see was Eric step in and start fighting Pierce. And Pierce sat in jail for 18 months. He waited until 3 days before his trial, before he finally was like, you know what? It wasn't me. That's when he finally told on the one who sees all. I mean, he was really willing to just let his friend go down for real. I want this to be a lesson to y'all. Never trust a nigga that can see opposite ends of a room at the same time. Pierce did plead guilty to aggravated assault though. But Khalifa was sentenced to 20 to 40 years in prison for the death of Devon Pickett. And I'm pretty sure Nicki Minaj did like a special tribute to Devon as well because that was her stage manager. And she is the generous queen, asked Miss Ellen. That's crazy, right? Hey everybody, I want to introduce to my girl.
First class ass, what's up? I'm sorry, I got you. First of all, y'all come over and see me on my TikTok. Over on my TikTok, we do a little bit of everything. Beauty, humor, and conversational. I'm a vibe. Come see me.
All right, y'all. Peace out.
Bye.